We are watching Voltron Legendary Defender, season 8, final season. I'm pretty sure from here on out it's a lot of space and a lot of away from home and a lot of sad, and I'm stressed now.
Not Voltron, not a Legendary Defending. Apparently we got some shadows.
Alright, are you ready? Let's start this.
Oh! I was so excited. When I punch that whore, I want to go to click herself. You called?
She needs to go. She's like a pitiable character.
Yes, that's how I want to punch the shit out of you. I don't pity nothing about her.
I'm saying she is a pitiable character.
Why?
Not that I pity her.
After poor choice. After poor choice.
I agree. I get the sense that she cares more about Lotor than Lotor knows. But
It's cute.
exactly. I'm not convinced yet.
Just because somebody makes a grimace or, cries at a bell doesn't make a good person.
Agree.
You need to just chop that down. You know, ain't about to make me feel bad for her. I don't care how much backstory. She can have the most backstory of anyone. I don't care.
He will be the best of both our people.
Well,
Or the worst of everyone.
I will find you, my son.
He did. He's gonna.
he's not. Yeah.
No, I
no
just want
way.
to feel okay for a second.
Have you located Emperor Lotor?
We still have not been able to ascertain
Emperor
any
what
information
now?
regarding Emperor Lotor.
Yeah, because it's gone.
Voltron. Priestess,
Depart my presence.
Oh, she's pulling an Azula, banishing her closest people.
Who's surprised?
Oh.
What happened to him? I found him like this, near death. What does he know? His vitals are weak. He has yet to regain consciousness. He may never find out what he knows. I must find him.
You're she's so full of shit. It's astounding. She's so full of shit, she don't know when she's stank. What in the ass?
That's when they originally.
Oh.
Who are you?
you do not recognize your Emperor.
We just let go of him. Please, let go!
She's the one she was out!
What on earth?
Hot damn.
No. Help! Send help now!
Send help! Help! What? What's sending the damn cavalry?
Oh, he's cute.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
I wish he could die.
Your son, take him away. But I said take him away.
Well, I mean, that's hard.
Like, if you can predict the future, I agree.
What of her?
But you can't, so.
Do you know who I am?
You are Emperor.
And you?
Hagar?
Do you know of Quintessence?
Quintessence.
Can you find me Quintessence?
Yes. My Emperor.
Like I said, pitiable. Not that you like her, but she's a pitiable
The
character.
depths of my pity don't go that deep, I guess. That big. Oh, what is... Something new is happening!
This flame represents Lotor, son of Zarkon,
Oh.
prince turned emperor, emperor that pierced the veil. And my Altean blood coursed through his veins. But the Galra Empire failed him. It was the Galra blood, deeply boiled in traditions of evil, that tainted him. Your ways weakened a god.
Somebody's looking at my
Weekend of God? Is that what she called herself?
And
Not
now
enough time in the day to dissect everything she just said.
That was a big transportation circle.
Chili.
But his tactical scores
I
are
don't
high
like
in
him.
measure.
Please, Father, what happened to her?
I will tell you this and no more. She was my only weakness, but now she is gone.
What was her name? What was she like?
Enough.
Please, Father, I must know where I come from.
I said enough. If you do not remove these impurities, then I will find a Dayak that can.
He will be punished.
Impurities?
We will sear him down to his inner fire so that he may burn the universe. Vripitsa!
I don't even, honest to God, these people aren't even have time to address their logic issues.
Yeah.
Their ability to string events together, not there.
She
We will drive him down to nothing so that the nothing can burn something.
She currently just now claimed the throne in the name of Lotor, who she called a god. Unless I heard wrong, but I'm pretty sure she did. So basically, she is claiming the galaxy in the name of Lotor, trying to find it.
Why do you get a rat's ass?
Because she actually does care about it.
No, she does not care.
Do not touch him. He will hurt you.
What is his name?
He has no name.
Then I shall name it. Your name will be...
Only Kova. Kova. His name is Kova.
This creature pleases me. It will be mine.
My lord,
You may be the High Priestess, but I am your prince, and you will do as I say. Isn't that right, Kova?
yes, my lord.
People be raising their sons like. Oh, I like this. Look at these people. What are we at? Is this real time?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Good hair, my friend.
How did he die? Voltron. To all of you who believed in my son so justly, your faith will be rewarded. I have come here today to continue my son's mission.
We are your humble servants, as will be the members of our sister colony once we inform them of the news. Do you know of their whereabouts?
Sister colony.
Unfortunately, they have also fallen to the evils of Voltron.
Last season.
Voltron and the Galra will pay
The sister colony where they were taking all of them.
That's what that is.
son's dream.
We pledge our allegiance to you, Minerva, mother of Lotor.
You guys gotta do your research for like 10 seconds.
We will do anything to bring Lotor back.
I know.
Ancient Guardians.
Well, they are wearing Skullbone's crown.
Acolytes work tirelessly. Are you nervous?
No, Ventar. This is my chance to finally make a difference, to show my father what we are capable of.
What kind of difference were you trying to make when you were sucking the life out of Altair instead? Just because you were a cute kid doesn't mean that you were a good dude.
Turd.
It's the way my mother's people would have done things.
Family
I
swallow.
Couldn't find out about my own mother, about her people. You thought you destroyed every remnant of Altea, but you cannot unless you destroy your own son as well. Enough!
Is this supposed to make people sorry for him?
I know. But
Nope.
no, it's meant to show you, I think, a connection between his mom.
I was being sarcastic.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Swear to God.
I don't know, man. I don't know your life.
I will do as you ask. The people will serve the Galra.
I don't think.
Oh my goodness.
No!
What's it? It's planet they're just on.
You are
Where
hereby
were they?
banished from the Empire, forced to live out the remainder of your days remembering your failure here.
makes me feel nothing for him, except for like, oh yeah, he is the worst. Just to be clear, just because someone has had misfortune befall them doesn't make them less of a villain.
No. Destroy them.
Zero action has been taken to try not to be a villain, so.
Yeah, I will add to that when the episode's over.
It is time to test your first Altean.
I know exactly where you're gonna go, and I just want to hear this one.
Today, the light of the
Preach,
universe
sister,
shines
preach.
inside our
Gotta preach the gospel of Zuko.
dream of
Alright. Yeah, I've got some thoughts.
So I just love this one. Go.
Yeah, this one is not meant to be loved, it's meant to be explanatory, and I get that.
To a degree, I still feel like they're trying to convince me shitty people are good people just because they're purple and look nice sometimes. I'm sorry, I just absolutely detest this thing that has occurred in a few shows lately where it's like they had a hard time and since they had a reason to be a villain, you should pity them. Absolutely not. I'm sorry, everyone has a shitty story to a degree, and the ones that don't craft one for themselves, and some of us still turn out to not be villains, so no.
Words of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, cool motive, still murder.
Ah!
You honestly think that the Lotor that we've seen up to this episode's point is anything close to Zuko? Shame on you. Straight up shame on you. What Zuko became was so impactful for the audience because he worked for it. And he failed over and over again. And he made those mistakes. And eventually he literally chose to climb up and not just like stop being a dick, but chose to be a good person and choose to actively do that. And the best part about it is they gave us the time to show you he wasn't really good at it at first, but he kept trying and kept trying because he actually genuinely wanted to be a good person. So by the end of the show, the person that really started out as a good person and had a sad backstory and had abuse and had all of that stuff became a dick. And became a dick for a long time. Was he still that good person underneath? Yeah. They made you understand that he had a higher moral ethic and a higher moral code than just, dude needs to capture Avatar for honor.
And on that note, if I may, not only did he do all of these things, he did them and became frustrated because he was unable to understand the line he was walking.
Yes.
Which tells us that there's a struggle taking place.
Right.
When Lotor does anything, it's always to kiss his own ass.
Yeah.
Always. Like, he could save 30,000 puppies and revive the dying race, and it would still be like, because I got that money. Like, no part of him is conflicted about any choice he ever makes.
Right.
Just maybe a little bothered that he didn't get as much attention as he wanted.
And the ultimate beauty of Zuko is that when he split and got in his lowest point and was literally homeless, starving, figuring all that shit out, he still didn't give up on his stupid honor trip, but at the same time he started learning that other people had issues too. And he learned to start looking outside of himself. Then from there, he failed again. And that's honestly why Zuko's awesome. He keeps failing.
He's so realistic.
And he fails hard, and he fails for realistic reasons that aren't just, I am a generic bad guy, so I will do bad thing again. My friend was dying laughing because it's literally like, you mean like the time that you burned down our village, and the time that you chased us, and the time that you did this, and the time that you did that? And he's like, I mean, yeah, those things. He admitted those things were bad, and the people around him threw those back in his face because he had done those things, and he admitted them, and he just took it on and was like, yeah, I did those things.
Exactly. By the way, that's the key. He wasn't like, I'm apologizing. Shove your apology up your sweet ass. I don't care.
As a matter of fact, he's like, no, I'm gonna be your prisoner. Like, fine, if you won't let me teach, like, take me in for my shit, because I know I did those things.
Beautiful.
And he didn't have an ulterior motive. His motive was, I want to be a good person and I'll do what it takes. So that's why Zuko is the character that everybody has grown to know and love. Lotor has not done shit. Did he start out with a tragic backstory? You bet you. Did he grow up thinking that his mom was apparently dead and that his dad hated him? That's horrible. I wouldn't wish that on any kid. Was he still kind of a dick because of his upbringing? Sure. It was legitimately his upbringing. If he had had a loving family, I know he wouldn't have turned out like that. I'm sorry that he turned out like that.
I totally disagree.
I know you do, but I really do believe in nature nurture stuff.
Oh, so do I.
And I feel like he would have had the same issues, but he might have been a different kid. You can argue your point in a second.
I agree.
All that to say, he has pitiable, like his mother, aspects, fragments of his personality. However, the dude, unlike Zuko, who he did some shit. He like burned down a village. Zuko didn't kill anybody throughout the entire series. As a matter of fact, he went out of his way to make sure that people didn't die, even as a bad guy. Lotor literally has committed genocide, okay? And that's what brings him into a whole different category. You can't just say that because somebody has a sad backstory, he's magically a dynamic character that can be redeemed. Like, he's gonna have to show that he actually wants to do the right thing. Like, it's cute that he wants to do what his mom wanted to do and everything, but just because you have instincts to do the right thing doesn't make you a good person yet. You're not redeemable yet. Quite frankly, if Lotor showed up right now and was like, hey, I want to do the right thing, I would not believe it. Because I haven't built that shit up at all. He's never done the right thing for the right thing's sake. As a matter of fact, even his relationship with Allura was for himself, to gain power and access to more Alteans. Like, he's a shit.
He's so that guy that would murder their wife the second they found out their wife wanted a divorce.
Yeah, straight up.
Totally that guy. And by the way, it is not a set in stone, always applicable rule that you should always see the best in other people. That is not true. You should see the best in the people who are good people but also annoy you. That's the people you should look for the best in. When they're outright pieces of shit, you need to fucking be honest about that out loud. You are an asshole and you need to do better.
The bottom line with all of this is, okay, even we'll even go Anakin Skywalker, who also committed genocide multiple times over, right? Anakin Skywalker was a shit, frankly.
That's how the book starts.
That's how my book starts about him. He was a shit. We all know that. He was also the kid that held somebody while they're dying because he didn't want them to be alone. There are pitiable aspects to characters. It doesn't make them a good person. What ultimately makes them a good person is their, once again, choices. Anakin chose multiple times to do wrong things. He also chose multiple times to go above and beyond to do the right thing. And they don't show that in the movies. They show that more in the books, Clone Wars, things like that, where they show him making literal sacrifices for people around him to make sure they're okay.
Good.
So good. But that's why Anakin Skywalker is supposed to be tragic. You're supposed to see that he was somebody that struggled and then failed. You're supposed to see with Zuko that he was somebody that struggled and chose to overcome it. With Lotor, there's not been a struggle yet. Sorry, he's had a few moments of being like, oh, you know, like this is kind of, I wish I could work with them, and I sure wish that they hadn't roasted an entire planet, because like if you're a somewhat decent individual, sure. But like him physically to personally, that's the bottom line, personally choosing to do the right thing for his own sake because he wants to be a good person hasn't happened. So I'm sorry.
And also, I'm sorry, he
a
just
good
feels
character.
like he's like, Mom, you're burning my reputation. Like, he doesn't care that people are
It's
dying.
about himself.
He's like, I could have turned them to be my minions, Mom.
He
Like,
considers
fuck you.
himself a messiah, somebody that's supposed to do anything at any cost to bring about his empire that he foresees, right? That's lunacy, first of all. And second of all, like, once again goes above and beyond to prove that he cares about himself. He doesn't care about being a good person. Straight up doesn't care. He fucked over Allura. He fucked over Voltron. He fucked over everyone around him, including his generals. Like, he's not a good person. I'm sorry, I know he's handsome and he has a cool accent and he's beautiful, but you need take a second look at Lotor. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that was a sermon, y'all. I feel very strongly about redemption arcs.
Took us to chart the whole, my opinion on whether or not he would have been a good or bad kid based on his upbringing. People are born with natural flaws. Their parents do not give them flaws. Like, people, there are babies you can tell have the tendency towards being louder than another baby, being this or that. And those could always go either way. That either makes you passionate or makes you controlling prick, depending.
Yeah.
I am not saying that I think he would always have turned out evil. Obviously,
That's what I'm saying.
influenced
Yeah,
towards straight up evil. I do think he would have always been an arrogant, stuck-up piece of shit.
Yeah.
Because I think that that's innately was in him, and it would have had to be trained out of him.
Yeah.
Because not everything can be fluffed and loved out of people. Some things can, but some things need to be like, you were like, girl. And
I'm
I
prideful
think
and
he would need to
selfish,
be
and I
hit
think-
really hard. Some people
Yeah.
don't. He would.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I'm prideful and selfish over
I'm
time.
aggressive and impatient.
Those are two things that I struggle with constantly. I'm very aware of that within myself. And it's because people, you know, scrubbed it out of me, basically. And that's a good thing. You're supposed to, like, learn your flaws and try to work through them and work past them, because that's what being a good person is. You try to work past your flaws. But that doesn't exist for him. He literally
He
hasn't
thinks that
shown any
God
sign.
painted his flaws with the stroke of his loving hand, and yes, everything I do is the goodest.
Just because you do bad things doesn't make you a bad person. Just because you do good things doesn't make you a good person. It's about the choice you make to actively be a good person and do the right thing.
For the right reasons. For the right reasons.
The words
I don't care if you saved 1 million children. If you did it for yourself, it's not a good thing.
Right, which is what Lotor did, frankly. He did it to harvest them as batteries, basically. Like,
And
the
now we're
words-
gonna watch Rick and Morty.
Right. The words "do the right thing" like literally come out of Zuko's mouth. I forgot about that. He wanted to do the right thing, and that just came home for me yesterday. I was like, hey, yes. But anyway, enough about Zuko. You've heard my rant. That is my sermon. Feel free to comment your ire or your agreement. I would love to hear both, honestly.
Services
That's fine.
are Sundays at 11.
Yeah.
9.
Other than that, moving on from just my ire about what they're trying to do with Lotor,
North Law.
what she is
Voltron
doing,
backwards, if you wanted to know.
what she is doing to the Altaians is wrong, is fucking wrong, and I understand that she is grieving for her son because she literally is the victim of, like, basically brainwashing. That the woman is basically possessed by magic. That is tragic as fuck. But she's not really now. She remembers. So
That's the thing, is it's like, yeah, I mean, she fell into the magic, but did she fall into the being a shit person?
It was kind
it's
of-
hard to say, because they didn't give us a whole lot of and it's not necessary, you know,
Yeah.
they shouldn't have, but because there's not a lot of pre-magic her, it's hard to say what her natural traits.
she was really stoic, kind of, and
Well, yeah.
pessimistic. She was a scientist mind, and I get that.
How dare you?
No.
I am not stoic, and I could solve any goddamn equation.
She was very black and white, but not in a positive way, is what I'm saying. You're black and white, but you're like, and that's right. She's not. She's like, this is what it is.
She's like, she sounds like she's talking. This is not a voice actor thing, by
No,
the way. This is nothing.
it's not
this is
crap on the voice
totally
actor.
the character. She sounds like she's talking through toilet paper too. Like, I would like to order 2 pizzas and make them magical.
Honestly, that's what I'm talking about when I say pitiable. She
I
has.
hear you. I just feel nothing.
I understand. All I'm saying, I'm trying to make the point that, like, she's an unfortunate character that unfortunate things happen to, that she somewhat had a hand in, and she somewhat didn't. But her actions, once again, and her choices have yet to tell me that she's a good person. So she is pitiable, but I don't see a good ending for her right now. I feel like she is going to cause a lot of pain, and at the last second, she's going to probably have some remorse, but she's going to have to go. Straight up go.
But
At
it's
this
gonna be
point,
like
she's
kind
not
of remorseful.
redeemable.
They're like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Unless, of course, it's working.
Yes, so I still am not there. These villains are not quite pitiable enough for me to think that they're gonna actually do anything good with themselves at the end.
I will be like boring if they try to ever convince me at this point in the series
You have to work
that
harder.
any of them can turn over a new leaf. We're in season 8. It is over. You should have planted that a long ass time ago. They waited till last second with Zuko. But not really, because
For a
the
reason.
whole
Yeah.
time they planted seed after seed after seed after seed, and then we saw the plant grow.
Yeah.
Here it would be like, also, plant! Ha!
We literally
The
watched
whole
the
time.
plant grow and almost die and grow and almost die over and over again, and then finally it was like, no, I will grow. That's the point.
I bet y'all are wishing I had drank wine tonight. Because I have no mellow. I'm like,
That's okay. I'm good with this episode.
Done.
I just needed to say my piece. Once again, if you love Lotor, that's cool. I don't hate you. For the love of God, as an ENTP, just think beyond what is handed to you. Think beyond the fact that it is a pretty face that wants to kind of sometimes do the right thing for his own personal gain. Just think
I
beyond.
ask that barring representation, like things that are connected to genuine issues, don't even waste your energy throwing a fit about fake shit. Take a hike. I'm just kidding. I'm lying. Our whole channel is throwing a fit about fake